Hey guys, Tyrep here bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Crossing in the Woods. Playing for today's pointing in the north we have Scotch. Things Ostheer and his loadout is Jaeger Infantry, German Infantry, and Jaeger Armor. Teaming out with him is VonAsten. Playing COH2 who has Special Operations, Overwatch, and Breakthrough. So against him in the south, we have Crossfire playing as US forces. There's Airborne, Recon Support, and Infantry Company. Teaming up with him is Aerafield, also playing as US forces and immediately locking into Airborne. Allies random team here. Crossfire in the mid-teens, Airfield rank 2 USF. Axis arranged team the mid-90s. But you know, if you know anything about Scotch and VonAsten, the two of the all-time top 2v2 players. Just Scotch usually played with Nagano, not VonAsten. So I don't have that many recent games, as you may have seen from the chat as well, going on during the intro. Airfield with a double Pathfinder start here. Give them a lot of vision. Actually, these work their way around to this side of the building. Going for a volley fire, wow. Cool, coming across here. It's these riflemen. Looks like Sternpires are going to have to get out of there. And the folks retreat around the corner, avoiding the suppression for the moment. Oof, nearly lost the Sternpires there as well, and no connection to the territory on the right for the Axis so far. Jumping in and out of the building, trying to maintain possession of it, and triple Pathfinders here. And look at this, Scotch going for a sniper. Interesting call against so many Pathfinders. Interesting to see how that goes. Of course, you know, Pathfinders with the camo and the ability to snipe models once they get low enough in health. Can't imagine it's going to be easy for Scotch. But their snipe critical threshold is a lot higher than Jaeger Lights. I think it's like 40% instead of 75%. So not quite as good as Jaeger Lights against snipers. Sniper up 2 kills so far. Axis were a little bit slow connecting their fuel, so slight fuel edge for the allies to this point. Pathfinder's charging forwards here. Sniper looking to get a few shots on as he retreats, and a captain coming out for airfield as well as Crossfires. Captain actually got very, very low there. Cool chasing in, but unable to finish the job. And Pathfinder's pulling back, going back into camo. Scotch aware of this though, probably saw them go into camo. Doesn't charge in with the sniper recklessly. That's kind of what you do want to do with Green Deers though against these Pathfinders in the early game. Close the distance on them if you can. And they are reasonably expensive to reinforce as well, so Sniper has some good shots on them as well. But it seems like VonAsten having quite a bit of trouble on his side, about to lose control of the fuel. Being pushed off the map. Full retreat here for airfield.
Supply half-track is ready for orders. A capture point
Wow,
is
both
under
going
attack.
airborne. We've got a 50 cal drop for Crossfire now. Okay. Double airborne, maybe not ideal, no Calliope on this map, but you know, double P-47s, well coordinated, they can make a big impact. The Axis don't have any anti-air, that can be huge game winning. But it kind of comes down to like that first activation of it, you know? Because that's how it generally goes. You get slam dunked by their loiters once, but then you build the anti-air and then the next one's not so effective. Full retreat here from Crossfire though, trying to conserve manpower. It doesn't have any ammo back here for the healing, however. Not sure about that. A half-track going out aerafield, getting some work done. There's that sniper doing 6 kills. He's in the retreat. And no answer for this at the moment from Scotch. Guys go down there. Rebuilding them. But yeah, hasn't even got his tier 2 down, so no AT gun to counter this. And this A half-track did come in at a very early timing as well. Turn pass closing in, but 50 cal very, very quick. Just changed directions here, and they've got a huge blob of rifles coming out as well. Squad does get around the corner here, but I mean, it's just so badly outgunned. Can't really expect to do too much. Trying to jump back into the building there, but Captain gets in there first. Could go down on retreat now. So many Pathfinders. Those criticals I was mentioning earlier. It was a close call. Took a little bit more damage earlier on for those criticals to come through. And that is a big old blob for Crossfire. But MG out the back gets this suppression and perhaps saving the life of that squad. He's getting a good bit of blocking in there as well. Was mechanized for VonAsten, and going for the looks first. But you can see, you know, coming in at a slightly late timing here. Already had about 20 fuel in the bank by the time he started this. But knows he's up against Captain, so doesn't have to contend with a Stewart on his side of the map. So looks is a relatively safe choice. Doesn't really need the Puma to deal with the allied in light vehicles. Gets the flank on the 50, retreating that. Might as well. I mean, he's got the ammo back here now. Needs to sit it down though, get the healing going. And going for the weapon racks at the same time. A machine gun for Scotch. So getting, after a little bit of trouble, holding back the waves. Do have a pack coming out now though for Scotch, so he'll finally be able to answer this A half-track, but that took a long time. Here comes the looks. Getting to work. Some of these retreats circling around. And this is something the airfield's very, very vulnerable to. No squads with the snares. A half-track is decent against the looks. Generally unfavored, but doesn't go too badly. Kind of depends, you know, if the A half-track has to reload at a bad timing, it takes so long to reload. And just lose you the match, or lose you the engagement on the spot against the looks. But if it is, you know, firing their cannon, there's some big damage to the looks. Up. Squad's coming in for Crossfire now. Big old blob. Looks coming in from the other side, dishing out the pain. It's a pack Howie for airfield. Oh, actually, there's some damage to the looks there. Coming in from the side, 50 cal switches around, pops the AP ammo too. We're going to go down very, very quickly to that. Backing away, but it's too slow. Oh, and now we've got some bazookas on these rear echelon. Looks in some trouble. Skirmishes got a concussive grenade in there. Oh, close call with that looks. Trying for the wipe. Oh, rifleman coming through as well. It's going to be close. Oh, so close. Nice, does get out of there alive and suppresses the rest of the blob with the machine gun.
go.
Okay, Pack still with no veterancy at all. Hasn't done any damage to their half-track so far. Oh, airfield gone for the bar finders. Cooking a couple bars into the pathfinders. And it's a powerful combination, you know, the bars do the damage, get the infantry models low, and then the scoped rifles get the criticals once the units are low. So it's pretty powerful. Maybe a bit tricky with the Pathfinders and Airborne company because they've got 2 scoped rifles. Does make it quite likely you'll drop your bars. This one's from Recon, only have 1. Which is probably better, in all honesty. But yeah, maybe he's just going to cook one bar. Nice little use on me there to break suppression. Pack Howie going through the middle as well. Just going back out, freshly repaired. Did he get the, no? It was from the stern post that got repaired, and now going for the walking Stuka. GV is trying to fight head to head here. Decent dodge on the rifle grenade. Still partial connection. A half track coming in, and there we go. Pack missing its first shot though. Bad luck there for Scotch. Stuka through the center, maybe going after these 2 weapons, or is he going after the Pack Howie? In fact, there's a second Pack Howie. Gets the decro on that one. Crossfire's one goes down. And looks slowly climbing in the kill count. Oh, gets the decrew there with the folks. Now the looks coming in, trying to dish out the damage to the rifleman, which could potentially go for the recrew here. Rifleman closing the distance, looking for the snare, unsuccessful. Looks coming back in, good kiting so far from VonAsten. Now he's coming in, looking to seal the deal. The snare's going to come through, but maybe he's going to be able to steal away this AT gun. Reef was thinking about it. In comes a 50. Oh, but he's going to throw the infiltration grenades here. Decal has to pack up, but doesn't manage to steal away the AT gun during that sequence. And now the looks out here in a bit of a pickle. AT gun could get recrewed. Another snare coming through, trying to get this low 50 cal with the AP ammo. Looks getting quite low. Looks needs to continue, get through the arc of the 50. It's getting very, very low. Trying to back away now. Still in the arc. Oh my god, he's going to get out of there alive. Close call for VonAsten. If he just drove forwards a little bit there, would have avoided most of the damage from the 50 cal. Now maybe VonAsten can secure the AT gun. Got LMG squads coming through the middle. Fox from the other side. Crossfire charging out here. Oh, going to find the attempted repairs from VonAsten. I have to do that back at base now. And the airfield seems to have his side pretty well sewn up. Looks like he here dropped in 250 cals. And it looks like he equipped them with Pathfinder models as well. Comes the next walking Stuka. Oh man, I think one of those rockets landing on the trees there, saving those riflemen big time. A decent attempt from VonAsten. Yeah, Pathfinders on the 50 cal is going to be very, very hard for Scotch to outmaneuver those. Going to be relying on the artillery. That walking Stuka has a lot of work to do this game.
Enemy movement! On the flank! Boy, you ready to roll out?
Axis in a bit of trouble. Lost control of their fuel. Getting pushed back. Doing alright in terms of VPs though. MG's on multiple angles here. nice suppression in, but the pack's there to meet it. Slightly late reactions here from airfield. No reaction, in fact, and down it goes. Guess he just forgot about it. Being very cautious with this sniper as well, trying to avoid all those pathfinders. They are being used more in a blob though. Could maybe like send one or two just in camo. Look for those snipes, but gotta use them in formation, and they can be quite potent. A big blob like this. Take down machine guns frontally. Stuka all the way forwards here, going for a base barrage. Ambitious stuff. Crossfire dodging forwards though. Gets out of there with the ambo. Oh, Lux takes a shot there. He had 4 kills with the walking Stuka before, now he's up to 12. So the base barrage paying off there for VonAsten. Good vision to attempt that. And that's going to slow Crossfire's push back onto the map a long, long way. Okay, straight into tier 4 for Scotch, going for the Brumbier now. And nice teamwork here, putting down a mid bunker for his teammate also. Sherman coming out for Crossfire, similar timing to the tier 4. So an AT gun getting turned against it here. The Brumbier is going to be on the other side of the map. Do have an AT gun here for airfield, and he's got the zooked up REs as well. Such a small map too, can be hard to avoid running into an anti-tank gun on this map in 2v2. Good old blob coming out here for Crossfire, he's making it count. Coming in behind this, not fully repaired, but can capitalize on this momentum. Brumbier on the other side doing some big damage. Ambo in some trouble. Brumbier coming forwards for it. AT gun coming around the corner though. Oh, but he brings it a little bit too far forwards. Brumbier overshoots a little bit. Sets up, but bouncing. Didn't pop the AP ammo. Zuka's coming forwards. That one also bouncing. Back.
A capture point is under attack.
No, it's going back in. Bouncing again. For the D crew, does have the ambo there for the reinforcements though, and here comes the Sherman as well. Oh, gets low. Could even go down here. Oh, the Sherman gets a little bit lucky. The Sherman pulling back on take a Faust. Pack not going to be able to get there to finish the job. Alright. Jackson coming through for airfield now. Here comes the Lux, looking to come around the corner. His best. VonAsten does have his truck down, but I imagine he's probably going to be going for the Command Panther first. In the meantime, did pick up a second AT gun to fend off Crossfire's tank. Still going to the base. Did have flares up earlier, I'm not sure if he spotted that. Didn't quite get the kill though. And at the moment, Axis with some pretty good territory control. The arrival of that Brumbier really forced airfield back, and the loss of the A half track as well. But now he's got the Jackson. Good answer to the Brumbier. He's looking to do some damage, coming out with the Pathfinder blob. Rifles trying to pull back. Dodge on the incendiary grenade there from Crossfire. Oh, machine gun coming in. And just outright retreats with the Fox. Just coming in for some damage though as well. Sherman is repaired, coming out to this side once again. Getting reasonably far forward, so covering Panther looks... Here comes the Sherman.
Crew, stand ready.
Stuka just about ready to fire again. And now mine's getting interrupted there. The bars do some good damage. It looks to be used quite conservatively here. Machine gun getting suppression on this. Looks needs to support the Raketen. Symbiotic relationship here. Without the Raketen there, the Looks can't really fight because the Sherman will come in and get the kill. And back the other way, the Raketen needs to support probably Looks against the Infantry. So has to pull back a little bit. AT gun missing its first shot though. Scotch with enough munitions for a still close air support, which can be a real game changer as well. Especially with that A half-track dead. Pack Howie here, but it looks like again the trees shielding quite a lot of the damage there. Suka missing. There's the Rumbia and full retreat from the Pathfinders. Pack Howie coming around the corner here, a little bit risky, could get decrewed. Pulling back with that now though. Just back and forth across the map. Nice with a decent amount of float, but he's getting pretty close to that Command Panther. Understandable. Maybe could squeeze in one squad of Obus before that, but let's make sure he can get that as quickly as possible. So I also had a bit of float, but now spending that on the Jackson. Were those both attack ground attempts? Nice to see. Oh, looks like the Brumby are going to switch sides here, come over to Crossfire side away from Airfield's Jackson. There will be a Jackson on this side in the not too distant future. Do have the AT gun here as well. Looks like continuing to do some nice work. What's the line there? He's going to come forwards and attack around it with the Looks potentially. Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh, the tick is still within range. Oh. Well. It's not. Sherman takes the engine damage. Oh, and it goes down. The Stuka close air support finishing the job. Windbear did push forwards, Jackson and AT guns there, and the Jackson from the side from Airfield, but a couple misses there from Crossfire's Jackson. Oh, walking Stuka opening up though. Oh my god, this Jackson must have just about had sight of it, but not quite. And the walking Stuka takes down the Jackson out the back. The Jackson from Airfield gets revenge though. Walking Stuka goes down. Crazy action. Oh, Packow takes down one of the AT guns. Nice, and charging him with this. I think that's a input error. Could lose it now. Turning over both of his AT guns to Crossfire, which is good because he probably needs them now. He just lost his Jackson and Sherman. Just doing some damage. AT gun coming forwards, but it's extremely low. Goes down instantly to the Volks.
We lost an anti-tank gun.
Now these riflemen just out here getting chopped up. And he's just lost all of his AT guns. A little bit clumsy there from Crossfire. Oof. What happened there? Pack takes down the Scott in the center. Didn't even use target weak point. Maybe the Jack Panther got some damage in. Doesn't look like it really had enough veterancy to have done damage to Scott there. Looks like it just died to the Pack. Tries to recrew the AT gun, but Looks out here dishing out the pain. Trying to run away with this one, but just unable to.
Allied AT gun has been destroyed.
And Crossfire getting pummeled now. Sending forwards that 2 model AT gun and getting it decrewed there. A crucial error. Panther coming in now from Scotch as well. finish the job, and does on the decrued AT gun. VonAsten now with 3 AT guns, and the Panther makes going for tanks a scary proposition. It'll be very hard to be effective with them. Decrued. So it's going to go for the kill on that as well. Do we have a P-47 rocket strafe ready for aerafield? Which maybe would have been good to help Crossfire hold on to those AT guns earlier. But you know, that is the random team, the Allies, so you can kind of understand a little bit the lack of coordination on that. Some damage here, but double Panthers chasing in. AT gun setting up. Panthers missing. Bazooka's coming across. Light arty barrage. Dropped on these support weapons. Takes down the Pack Howie. Here come the P-47s though. Panther gets a little bit low. Bazooka's on the rear armor. AT gun still set up. Second Panther and Brumbear charging through the center. Misses its shot on the ambo. Now the Command Panther low, but so is the AT gun back here. Another round of rockets coming through. To target that Panther way out the back. Looks like one of the planes has been shot down. Still have 2 tanks in the danger zone. Wow, nearly. Oh, it does! Oh, and the kamikaze nearly takes down the Panther. Lost the stern piles to that, though. The rockets did most of the damage. I think a Pack Howie shell. It's ultimately what got the kill, though. So, salvaging the situation. Nearly lost the Jackson there, but not quite. And on the other side of the map, a steal on the Raketen. Crossfire desperately needed that. Going for another Jackson now. But all of the Axis tanks did survive that. So, not the end of the world for the Axis. He's just cashed down for Scotch. He's got plenty of good abilities to use his munitions on. Here comes the Brumbear. Jackson out here, not fully repaired. Not in range either. And the Allies are getting a little bit low on the VPs, down to 262. Another Jackson coming in for airfield. I think it's a fair decision.
Ready for action.
The most natural extra form of anti-air at this stage will be a flak half track, but of course VonAsten didn't go for battle group. It's not really that easy to access. Jackson considering chasing in after the Brumbear. Oh, there we go, Pax there. So decides to disengage. Bunker busting barrage going after the AT gun, but airfield's already pulled that back. Comes another walking Stuka barrage. It's a retreat. Still got some pretty decent damage with it, and that's a fresh walking Stuka from VonAsten rebuilding after losing it to airfield's Jackson earlier. Oh, Panther coming forwards. Wrong neighborhood, buddy. Double Jackson's there to meet him. Pack coming forwards in support, but a little bit late to the party. And the forward retreat point here working pretty well for airfield. It's not even that far away from his base, but it's allowing him some good control on that side of the map. Flank here, infiltration grenades, Pack out getting decrewed.
We lost an infantry unit. They got
Not going
wiped
to be able
out.
to like salvage it or anything though, too many riflemen nearby. Oh, having to rebuild his sternpires as well, I didn't notice that for VonAsten. I was going to say, if there's one thing that VonAsten is missing so far is no Obersoldaten. So these riflemen are still quite effective with their double bars, even this late in the game. We don't have any Vet 2 overs, just ripping them to shreds. A few wee skirmishes here and there, but nothing too decisive at the moment. Flare up for VonAsten. Walking Stuka ready to fire. Here it comes. Imagine targeting a machine gun. No. Wow. And he got 3 kills with that. I guess it just got the decrew on the Rakitten. Oh, tank planes coming through though on the Jacksons. One of them very, very low, but no Panther to chase through for the follow-up. Still, that means both of these are going to be out of action for a long time while they get repaired. Filtration grenades into the retreat, but not getting any wipes there. Backpedal out of that machine gun's arc.
Reconnaissance by flare now available.
Oh, here comes the Panther now charging forwards. Might find the ambulance. But it seems like maybe the planes have flown off the map. They're not going to be coming back, so Jacksons can come forwards aggressively, and Panther takes a hammering. Pathfinder's getting quite low though. Oh, double Jacksons. Oh, but he loses one of them. That was a low health one leading the charge. P-47's coming through. They target the Boom Bear instead of the Panther on retreat. Oh, that one targets the Panther. But the Panther survives. A few of those rockets connecting with the building and the trees, not the Panther itself. So it gets away for the moment. And they did manage to snipe away Airfield's Jackson there. That was a high vet Jackson too. Oh, another one of P-47's coming through. Another one targets the Boombear, could go down here. There's the legit targeting zone, maybe not going to happen. Oh, AT gun decrewed over here. Airfield left it unsupervised. Oh, charging for the Command Panther, takes down the Jackson. Dropped P-47s, trying to take down the Command Panther this time. And gun crits. Oh, Jackson finishes the job from airfield. Panther goes down. I thought it was going to get away there for a second. Goes for the steal on the 50. And he's going to get it. AT gun still available for recrew here though for airfield. He did take down the Command Panther. With VonAsten not too far away from being able to build another one. Stuka targeting the base, but I don't think they got any kills. Still just 4. Now the VP situation is much closer to even. Axis only hit by around 50. No decisive, like absolute killing blows. You know, there's been some slightly better overall dives from the Axis, managing to get in, get the kills, get out with their Panthers super low. But no hammer blows to the allies that still have just enough to keep fighting strongly. Jackson's missing a few shots there. 50 cal, getting the work done. Panther coming back in. Just out of range though. And they're going for the kill on the decrewed MG34. Now VonAsten getting some obers out. Comes the boom there. Up. MG's down. Rifleman can pull back, don't need to provide sight anymore. I'm going to get some free hits in here. Crossfire with a decent chunk of manpower floating at the moment. Might consider going for another AT gun, I would guess.
Infantry! German infantry! Crew ready.
Does have a bit of space left in the army size as well.
The capture point is being overrun.
Okay, walking Stuka coming forwards, ready to fire again. Got another Stuka close air support ready. And they're dropping it, combined with the flares deep in Allied territory here. Jackson pulling back quite quickly. Panther chasing in, full retreat from Crossfire's troops, and they took a hammering from that walking Stuka. The anti-tank planes dishing out the pain. The Jackson gets abandoned. Took down the pack heli as well. Yeah, does get a snare off on the Panther though, but a little bit risky for airfields. Jackson's to try and come in support. We've got a lot of AT guns backing this up from the Axis. A well-rounded assault here from the Axis team. I find it's taking down that pack very, very quickly though.
The enemy has destroyed an
It looks like airfield's already pulling back. And that's, you know, what I was talking about, needs the extra anti-tank gun Crossfire to help defend against aggressive pushes like that. Also, he needs to reconsider how he's dodging these walking Stuka barrages. Seems to be just hitting retreat most of the time, making it a little bit easier to predict VonAsten. Oh, no, got a Panzerwerfer coming through, going after airfield's units. Nearly gets the decro on both of these. But not quite. Your AT gun out now for Crossfire. B-47 is ready for airfield. Pretty well set up here. And his pack heli got destroyed. Could rebuild it, he's still got plenty of manpower for that. Oh, Panther. It's a hammering. He's got the snare on something. It's on the Brumbier though, not the Panther. B-47's going through. Looks like they might be able to get the Brumbier kill, but maybe not the Panther. Oh, considering chasing forwards here, but one of the Jacksons getting very low and bouncing the killing blow. This Jackson spinning around. Looks like he's out of sight though. Pack doesn't get the killing blow. Double AT guns coming forwards. Oh, the P-47 finished the job on the Brumbier out the back. Must be its machine gun. Shooting at the planes, providing some sight. Or maybe it's the Pathfinders. Either way, Brumbier does go down, but Panther gets away. Both the Jacksons do survive though for airfield. That is number one priority. Coming forwards. 47's still up in the air. Looks like he's slightly off to the right hand side though. I don't think he's in the targeting zone. Big blob through the center. Crossfire takes a slightly different path. For a flank on VonAsten's machine gun here. Oh, gonna get the snare off here. VonAsten wants to set up, wants to get the suppression in here. Crossfire needs to go for a bit of a split here. Looks like he's sending every squad around this direction. It looks like it's gonna work. VonAsten going for the retreat, but has to retreat across the river, and that's gonna go down before he even gets there. Looking Stuka, this time running forwards for the dodge. Captain takes a hammering, could go down to the Folks. Not quite. Flare up, and light artillery barrage coming down from Scotch on top of the Ambo. Ambo could go down, double Jackson's going forwards, but taking a beating on the pack through the center. It's out there before it goes down, but good attack there. Combo of the flares and off-match from Scotch, proving to be very, very strong so far.
reporting.
And that's one thing that maybe the Allies could also consider doing. Just try and put down some munitions caches, especially Crossfire. Been floating, you know, like 500 to 800 manpower for a very long time now. Just so you can just spam the P-47s, because the Axis still haven't got any anti-air to deal with it. I suppose maybe go for like a 222, but that's not super strong in the anti-air department. So more and more P-47s could work very well.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. Sturmpanzer.
Crossfire struggling on his side. Another walking Stuka barrage coming through. Oh, this could be bad. No, jumps back into the Jackson. The ambo does go down. Jackson also took a lot of damage. Over a quarter of its health. I'll kill the sandbags here, but pretty low chance to hit them. Max range. And Jackson's on the run. Werfer coming through now. For the Pathfinders. Oh, gets the killing blow on the AT gun that was overhead decrewed. Another light arty barrage dropped on the forward's ambo. This time though, airfield gets out of there in time. Jackson coming forwards. Pack escorting him, but a lot of bars there, pressuring the pack. Pack looks to get decrewed. Needs support of the Jacksons here. Jacksons could come forwards and kill this AT gun. If you're, you know, could just split up as Jacksons. Oh, walking Stuka rockets hitting the trees. The other one's not hitting too much. Looks like Crossfire's going to finish off the decrewed pack. Bazookas. And the Allies now are behind. 60 VPs. Oh, double Jacksons ripping in. Because he's been using those light arty barrages, not quite enough for another Stuka close air support at the moment. Axis have had some pretty good munitions control though. Double munitions for quite a long time over the last 10 or so minutes. Another walking Stuka. D goes down. AT gun surviving though. And now we've got 3 Jacksons for airfield. Must be getting close to going over 100. Another Werfer barrage. A bit of damage to the Jacksons. Oh, got the decrew on the pack hour as well. Crossfire going for a Scotch. Trying to answer the double AT guns here. Oh, running right into them with the Jackson though. Came a little bit too far forwards. Gets out of there in the nick of time. Maybe he lost sight. Easily could have lost the Jackson there. Got the snare off on the Panther. Gonna slow it down for a bit. Gonna leave the crews in the Jackson, repair up with the rear echelon. Fresh AT gun for Scotch. Got a P-47 ready to go, but back the other way. So close air support now available for Scotch, and so are the flares. Big damage to the Brumbear immediately though. Triple Jackson's a scary sight.
Light gun carrier tank ready.
Rockets coming down. Packer gets the decrew on that again. Walking Stuka. Phones get out of there alive. Airfield also going for the Scott now. This is where, you know, the lack of rocket artillery is really hurting them. They just can't do much against VonAsten's team weapon formation over here, where Calliope will just be wrecking it. A lot of damage onto that Panther though. There's another walking Stuka. Must be targeting this AT gun. No reaction from Crossfire though. No, going for the base. Okay. So one walking Stuka on 32 kills. He got to that extremely quickly. The rebuilt walking Stuka already to 32 kills. I'm at 2 currently. So tense, you know, one small mistake with the Jacksons, they'll go down to the AT guns. One small mistake with the Panthers, they'll go down to the Jacksons. Yeah, leaving this side completely undefended. Command Panther coming in for an old-fashioned ambo snipe. Takes that down. Okay, it's too close. Air support pulled in on Airfield's tanks. Forcing them back. Allies pull back quite far here. Boombear coming through the center. T-gun there to meet it. And the AP ammo. The walking Stuka coming through now though. Oh, that's a big one. A lot of damage. Panther looking to come forwards. Add to the hurt. Crossfire's AT gun very, very low here. We'll go down quickly. Green block coming in from the side. Command Panther takes engine damage, takes some damage. But all the AT guns over here decrewed. Crossfire losing a lot. Pushing in onto Airfield's troops. Does have the suppression and the Scott there. Scott still in the circle. Goes down to the Stuka close air support. Now the walking Stuka coming in behind this. Airfield's got to get on his bicycle. Oh, loses the ambo. Takes a lot of damage on one of those Jacksons too. And Rocket Arty starting to stack up now for the Axis. Allies really need to snipe one of these tanks to help turn things around here. It looks like Airfield maybe trying to get aggressive here. Bouncing its first shot on the Panther. Okay, calling in the P-47 super deep in Axis territory, trying to give them a taste of their own medicine. Doing a bit of damage to the Panther there. Just the rockets kind of missing though. Some walking Stuka. Base barrage again takes down a rifle squad.
An infantry unit. They got wiped out.
The Jackson coming in for Crossfire, so the Allies are going to have a huge number of tank destroyers. Can easily take down the Axis tanks, but it kind of just comes down to the AT gun positioning now. They can catch the AT guns in an awkward spot, get the decro on them. The Panthers should go down very, very easily, but it's no guarantee. There's a Werfer. Center, going after the machine gun, gets the wipe. And Panther coming for another base inspection. Oh, zombie P-47's coming through there. It takes a lot of damage. Oh, Jackson on the run. Command Panther coming forwards. We've got another Jackson there. We've got the bazookas nearby as well, but they don't come forwards to do any damage. Too busy trying to save that Jackson. Allies in control of the VPs at the moment, but still down. About 70 VPs. The walking Stuka coming through. Clears up. Dodging forwards though. Takes a little bit of damage on his machine gun. Scott popping up some smoke on the AT gun, forcing it back. Pathfinder's leading the charge, providing the sight, but we've got Some more stern resistance coming through. Here comes the Werfer. Pathfinder's dodging out to the side. Still gets suppressed though. Oh, the rockets towards the end. Oh no, that is disaster for Airfield, losing both his highly vetted Pathfinders like that. Heartbreaking. Kind of looked like they were going to miss there. Those last like 2 rockets doing the damage, getting the wipes. I've just got nothing to help fight against the infantry anymore. And in comes yet another Stu Close air support. Bit of a traffic jam back here for the Allies. This could be bad news. Attack planes doing a good chunk of damage here. Command Panther waiting out to the side. He's got the flares up as well. Looking for something to pounce on. Some low health Allied tank. A little bit risky decrewing it inside the targeting zone still. Looks like Airfield trying to drive out to this side of the zone, but still going to come through for another pass. Maybe on one of these Jacksons. No, on one of Airfield's Jacksons. Spreading the damage.
M8A1 is on the field.
We'll be pushing behind this. The Allies kind of backing themselves into a bit of a corner here. And here comes the Panther now. Werfer into the base. Crossfire loses 2 squads. Oh, and the Panther's pushing in now. A lot of units in disarray. Here come the Jacksons though. Oh, this one gets abandoned. And Airfield's Jacksons pull back. Don't chase him for the kill. There's another walking Stuka. Abandoned Jackson goes down. And the Allies going to throw in the towel. Yeah, it was just those last like 2 rocket arty strikes. Losing the Pathfinders. Crossfire losing all his infantry as well. They were the game winners for the Axis. The Axis played a very patient and smart game, just popping up the flares, using the close air support to do the heavy lifting. And then just coming in for the snipes when they saw the opportunities to. Issue for the Allies was, maybe like a slight lack of coordination playing against an arranged team. Can be very tricky. And just, unable to get the kill. So many of these Panthers escaping super low. We need some more things to provide sight, some things to deal with the AA guns, which from both VonAsten and Scotch are a big issue dealing with the team weapons, which is why bit of a shame not to see the Calliope, but double P-47s also worked pretty well. Maybe if the Allies went for some early caches, Crossfire, put down a couple more, and they just like spammed out the P-47s the whole game. Could have kept the Axis tanks down, stopped them from being able to accumulate so much armor. But overall, a very entertaining game. GG, well played by both teams. Anyway, guys, I'll wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you off the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.